So beginning our discussion on sustainability and recycling this evening, we're joined by Charles Bown, CEO of the Multi-Materials Stewardship Board. Charles, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
So tell us a little bit about the Multi-Materials Stewardship Board and how it helps municipalities and residents in recycling.
Sure thing. Well, the MMSB was created in 1996, so we've been around for quite a period of time. We're a Crown corporation. We generate all our own revenue through the deposit on the beverage containers and tires. And our mandate is to promote sustainability in waste management in the province. And we do this through our recycling programs, and we put a lot of effort into public education as well. And I guess that's where we have our greatest engagement with municipalities, is through our public education and awareness campaigns.
So Charles, what are some of the key programs that MMSB has implemented to assist in waste reduction and recycling?
Well, Mayor, since our MMSB was established 27 years ago, our suite of programs and services has grown. Our initial program, the used beverage container recycling program, is our flagship program. It was the first deposit refund program in Newfoundland and Labrador. And we're very proud to say that we've surpassed a goal, or reached a new goal this year, of 4 billion cans and bottles, used beverage containers, being recycled in Newfoundland and Labrador. We also have our tire program, which we've operated since 2002. And through that program, we divert over 500,000 tires each year in Newfoundland and Labrador. And we're again proud to say that since June 2023, all of our tires are being recycled here in the province at Coastal Tire Recycling at CBS. So we're very proud of that.
Yeah, so one of the core services, of course, of municipalities and cities like ourselves is waste management. What kind of programs do you have that work in conjunction with cities and municipalities to manage their waste effectively?
Sure, and actually through those programs, we divert material that's going to the landfill. So by taking your used beverage containers, taking your tires, and separating those and diverting those to recycling facilities, we're actually reducing the amount of material that's going into municipal landfills. Likewise, we have extended producer responsibility programs, and that's programs that are run by industry, where the producers and the manufacturers are responsible for the life cycle management of the products that they produce. And we're very proud that since 2012, we had 3 of those programs: electronics, used oil, glycol, and waste paint. And again, those programs divert material that would normally end up in the landfill.
So tell us a bit more about how extended producer responsibility programs, how do they work?
Sure. So we identify a need, such as the need to recycle electronics. There are industry programs being run in all other provinces as well. And in the construction of those programs, the industry or the producers themselves establish a organization or association to represent them. And they come to each province and they identify that they want to establish a program. And they put in place a stewardship program which is approved by the board of directors of MMSB, and we oversee on their behalf to ensure that they're meeting their targets for recycling.
So we talked about communities and how communities are impacted by the work of MMSB. How about businesses that operate in our province?
Sure, and as it comes to businesses, a lot of the recycling and waste management that occurs for them is done through private enterprise. But we actually have a program where we seek out interest from business and from business associations who are interested in developing innovative new tools or techniques or approaches to improve waste management in the province, and we provide them with funding to develop their ideas.
So we're always looking for ways that we can encourage more people to recycle, whether it's businesses or residents. Why do you feel that there's still a hesitancy for some people to recycle in the province?
I think years ago I would have said that the reason that people don't recycle rests more with awareness or convenience. But today, I think we see the effort to recycle everywhere. We see it at home, we see it at our place of work, we see it in institutions and facilities that we frequent. So I think that awareness is there. The convenience, I think we've improved dramatically. You can do recycling through our 54 green depots that are located throughout the province. The providers of the electronics program or used oil, You can return your products through the retailers, you can go to your transfer stations or your waste recovery facilities. So there's lots of opportunity to people do it as well. I think the challenge that we're facing today is people believe that what they're doing doesn't make a difference.
Right.
And I think that's the focus that we need to place, is that your small actions have big impacts, and that continued recycling and continued effort on removing those materials from our landfill is going to have a long-term impact for all of us, both as taxpayers and as citizens.
So in terms of the longer term, where do you see waste diversion going in our province into the future?
I see the opportunity for more extended producer responsibility programs. I think there's a great opportunity. We see that in other jurisdictions in Canada, things such as household hazardous waste, things like batteries, light bulbs, mattresses, et cetera, et cetera. So we see a change globally where there's a greater emphasis on extended producer responsibility programs. We see that as a trend, and that having producers be responsible for the materials that they put into the marketplace and looking after the life cycle management, including recycling, I think is best not only for the environment but also for taxpayers as well.
So that's important information, because I think one of the things you hear from residents and from individuals is, how can I participate in this? How can I ensure that we're recycling more? What suggestions would you have to individuals?
Sure. I think the success going forward rests with one action. I think we need to simplify it. Let's keep it simple. Grab a blue bag, put something in the blue bag. It can be a beverage container, it can be a piece of cardboard, it can be a plastic container that you've had in your house. The moment that you've picked up that blue bag and you've started putting material inside of it, you become part of the solution and helping address the problem.
Well, Charles, thanks very much for joining us, and thank you for the work that MMSB does in our province and in our community to assist with waste diversion.